Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to the 12 days of Christmas in July, day 5. Oh my gosh, it's going so quickly. I am so enjoying this 12 days of Christmas video series. If you're just joining, welcome. It is a daily video series where I am unboxing a gift from my 12 days of Christmas in July gift box and then sharing a project using that item. So not so much Christmas, but definitely we're just having so much fun with the box of surprises that everybody got. I've got another round of shipments going out tomorrow as soon as my order comes in. So thank you to everyone who's participated. I'm so excited to be sharing these videos with you. And even though it is a bit of a scramble for me, it is still so much fun and a challenge to highlight that item each day. So today's gift is a little bit smaller, and it's in a little paper bag. So the bag is about 4 inches, maybe 4.5 by 4.5. It's folded, of course. So tell me what you think might be inside of day 5's bag. Take a quick guess before we open it up. So happy to see so many of you joining us. It is, what day is it? I don't even know. Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. Sherry's at work. Oh, we're so sorry, Sherry, but I know you'll enjoy the replay later on. Hello, Michelle and Tanya. I know it is a crazy busy time for birthdays. We had a lot in July. In fact, a couple family birthdays coming up for us on Thursday. My sister and my sister-in-law, they both have the same birthday. Isn't that fun? Thanks for the thumbs up, Bonnie. I hope you guys are enjoying this video series. Yes, I'm so glad you liked the card that I shared yesterday. Where did it go? Yesterday's card. Which one was that? I have a whole pile. Oh, yes. How can I forget yesterday's card? Oh, it was a journey, but we made it at the end, and we made this little fun fold, and it was a fun card, and I'm really glad you guys stuck with me with our measurement mishaps. I have another fun fold card to share with you today. I've been meaning to make this one. Please don't judge me, okay? Because the card I'm making today is for Father's Day, which happened in June. And that's sometimes how I roll. I just run late on things, as you might know if you've watched my channel a little bit. So today's card is going to be a Father's Day card for my dad. We are going to visit my parents next week, and so I'm just going to bring it and hand deliver it. And it's a special card because he is Pop to our kids, and so I wanted to use the popcorn set Poppin By. And so that's what we're going to use today, and it is so perfect with our day 5 gift. I didn't see any, oh, I did see a guess. Sharon said sponge daubers, and you are absolutely right. It is sponge daubers. Now I had to get the hookup from Meg again. She hooked me up with the note cards on Sunday, and while I was there, I was like, "Do you have any sponge daubers that aren't open?" Because again, I forgot to order an extra package for myself. All of my sponge daubers are used, have color on them, and are no longer in the original packaging. The sponge daubers do come in a package of 5. This one only has 4, but the package that everyone gets will have 5. And sponge daubers are a little fingertip sponge applicator that will help you apply ink to lots of different things. Now, I did think about sharing with you some pear cards because I've been loving using the sponge dauber on the pear stamp and kind of adding like some shading. But I was so inspired by this card that I got from Cindy Lesko, where she used the sponge dauber on the popcorn, and I was like, that's so cute, and I need to make this card anyway. It's been on my desk, and so I'm not going to make Cindy's card, but I was inspired by another stamper using the popcorn, and so I'm like 100% just casing this card today. Cindy's card is so cute and also has a fun fold. I love that it kind of folds flat, fits in a card, but pops out. I think she called it a double bridge card. I love this. I might have to case it using something else, but today's card with the popcorn is going to case the idea of using the sponge daubers on the popcorn kernels, but we're doing a whole different card layout instead. Here are a couple other cards using the Poppin By. These are both ones that I've created. You might recognize that layout. We made a card. We made a card with this layout the other day, day 2. We did this one. Oh, I love that so much better. I wasn't happy with the popcorn version of the card, so I don't think I showed it to anybody. But it used the same layout, and I was having fun with the popcorn guys. So Poppin By is one of the May online exclusives, and online exclusives are just kind of like extra product that Stampin' Up! Releases in between the printed catalogs. And we can see this Poppin By bundle here on the May online exclusive flyer. You can also find it on the website. So there is a stamp set and then a coordinating Poppin' Up dies that you can get. And I have them all over my desk, so they're not in a very particular, they're a mess. So the popcorn dies include some details. We are just having some fun today. This is reminding me of bugles. I always love to put, like, you can't eat bugles without putting them on your fingertips, right? And my kids always pretended that they were like fingernails, like a little witch's fingernails. Anyway, it's hard to stamp with daubers on my fingers. Okay, Poppin By dies. So they have detail dies as well as that's not the one that matches with it. Detail dies as well as outline dies. So when you're doing the detail, you can do it by itself, or if you're stamping the coordinating image, you can die cut the image. So we're going to use it with the detail dies. There are 3 different size kernels. There are also some fun little accessories. I love these. Some glasses and some shoes for our popcorn guy, and another die to die cut the outline of the popcorn bucket. Okay, so my dad goes by Pop to all of our kids, and he has 8 grandkids. And so I thought we would do 8 popcorn kernels on this card to celebrate the 8 grandchildren. Now the card that I'm casing today, and I almost never do this. I am just 100% casing this card, like almost exactly. I made one minor change, but otherwise it's exactly the same. This card came across my feed from Robyn Rasset, Stamping at Robyn's Roost. I have the blog post on here. I'm just going to link right to her blog post because I'm shamelessly copying everything about this card. I want to send you right to the source. Now, Robyn said that she was inspired by Katarina Tarta, and so she had that on her blog post, but she's got the measurements and some pictures of her card. She had another version as well, but I just loved everything about her card, and so we're just gonna case it 100%. So in the video description, I will add the link to Robyn's blog so you can go check it out, leave her a comment, send her some love, let her know that you loved this card as much as I did. Now, again, I haven't made it. I just have the pieces ready. So hopefully it will go better than it did yesterday. But I'm really excited, and I am just following the measurements here that Robyn has used. The one change that I made is that this strip here that's going to go in the center, I just made it a little bit taller. And so I will add my modifications, but it's like mostly exactly the same as Robyn's card, except for that. Everything else is going to be pretty much the same. So let's dig in and let's get started. By the way, before I forget, I'm grabbing Happy Father's Day here from Trusty Tools. I was just looking for something that had a Happy Father's Day stamp in it, and this was in my cabinet. This is still a current stamp set, so if you really need a Happy Father's Day in the middle of July, at the end of July, this is a great option. Who else is making Father's Day cards in July? I don't know. But you know what? It's always a good day to celebrate our amazing fathers and grandfathers and all of the amazing men in our life. Okay. I know Nancy's asking if I'm going to let the kids put their names on each of the kernels. I only have 4 of those 8 grandchildren in my house, and one of them has moved out. So I only have 3 that are here. I will see my sister's daughter. Anyway, I'm just going to sign the card from me, but the kernels will just sort of, and he'll know that they just represent the 8 grandkids. I want to incorporate 4 stamped kernels on the inside to represent the 4 kids, me included. I'm one of 4. And if you're curious, I am the second oldest. I have an older sister, a younger sister, and my brother is the youngest. So we're gonna have 8 kernels. We're gonna have 4 stamped kernels. Buddy, I'm sorry if I turn you on to stamp sets that you didn't think you wanted. That's just how it goes. I guess don't watch if you don't want to be inspired. I'm just kidding. Please watch. And if you're enjoying the 12 Days of Christmas in July video series, also just give this video a thumbs up. I think it would be a great Just Because card, Nancy. And I think that Robyn made it as a birthday card. So this card is by no means specifically for Father's Day, but I'm just putting that Father's Day twist on it. And also, this idea doesn't have to be just popcorn. So just as with everything that I share with you, substitute whatever you have at home, other designer paper, other images. I'm using Poppy Parade for my card base pieces. And then I loved that Robyn brought in this Floral Delight paper. This one was in the January through April mini catalog, but the buttery yellow was just so perfect. And it just, I don't know, it just reads popcorn to me. So I've cut the pieces here. Now, let me tell you, I do have, I'll put the measurements in the video description, but I really want you to just like click over and check out Robyn's blog post, because that's where I'm taking the measurements from. So the base of this is 5.5 by 9.5, scored at 1/2 inch, 2 5/8, 6 7/8, and 9 inches. And then this piece, the second one is, and by the way, you can get like, this is all from one sheet of cardstock. So this second piece comes from the same sheet of cardstock. So that's kind of great that you can just cut them all from one. This piece is, now Robyn says 2 inches by 10. And I just wanted to make it a little bit bigger here. So I did 2.5. so that it's tall instead of square. So mine is 2.5 inches by 10, and I still scored in the same places, 2, 4, 6, and 8 inches. Love an easy score. And these are gonna kind of fold onto themselves and kind of compact down. So this card is kind of cool. It's really similar to another card that I created, like with the Wildflower Birthday. And let me grab that one really quick. It's such a fun card to play with. This one was inspired by a great big card swap that I got, I think from Pat Williams, if I remember right. And it has kind of that double fold. So it has the same idea with these like blocks, but this one has like one on top and one on the bottom, and they kind of interlock. So this card is going to be the same concept where that folds down like on itself, but it's only a single layer. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so those are the cardstock pieces for the card base. We have 4 by 5 1/4 to go on the inside of white, and then the yellow designer paper pieces. There are 4 that are 1 7/8 inch by 5 1/4, and these are going to go here and here and here and here. We'll glue those down in a second. And then Robyn's squares were 2 inches, so I did have to adjust the designer paper. My designer paper is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4, and so I have 4, and then a white with the same measurement to go on the inside. And then I also have some scraps of white paper that we're going to use to cut, emboss, and do all of that fun stuff with. So let's do the, let's glue down some paper. Then we're gonna make some popcorn kernels. And then we're going to finish assembling the cards. So we're going to start with these pieces here. Floral Delight, such a pretty paper. And just like all the papers, so many of these have great B-sides that, you know, aren't specifically the thing it was intended to be. So like this card is popcorn, and you would probably not even guess that we're using flower paper on a popcorn card. So always like pay attention to those B-sides of your designer paper. And if you ever get, like in my monthly kits, I include some I include designer paper, like a sampler of designer paper. And if you ever get some that you are like, I don't know about this one, like flip it over and use the other sides, because there's always options when you mix it up like that. I'm gonna stamp No One's Better Than You. I love a good pun. And this is gonna go on the inside. No one's better than you. And then on the main card base, we're going to add, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down too. And I think I'm going to stamp Happy Father's Day like right in the center under here. Let's just do that right now. I think it's easier while everything is flat. Happy Father's Day. And then I can write something there. So this is going to go more like towards the top. Oh, I want it to go down just a little bit farther, I think. Yep, okay. Oh! I already put adhesive on it too, but I should have paid more attention. Hold tight. Some would say it's not even a Julie video if we don't tear something apart. So I just like to honor that tradition to tear apart my cards and give you permission to make a mistake because I make them all the time. Now before I glue that down, we'll stamp it just to be sure that we have it exactly where we want it. I'm going to look at this and kind of decide where I want that to be right there. Okay, so that's down just a little farther. And Happy Father's Day. Okay, now I can glue it down. Oh, is this card making you want popcorn? We always have popcorn in our house. My favorite is the Pop Secret Home Style. It's just like got a little bit of salt, but it's not like too buttery. It's just right. What kind of popcorn do you like while we're talking about popcorn? Occasionally, I do like a mix of cheddar and caramel corn. I got turned on to this when I was getting popcorn at the airport in Chicago. And there are 2 different popcorn places in Chicago that everyone raves about. Actually, I would say most people rave about the Garrett's popcorn. I prefer Nuts on Clark popcorn, which I think has bigger kernels and is less greasy. And so every time we go through O'Hare Airport, I always got to stop and get some Nuts on Clark popcorn to take home. So usually that's a stop on the way home, picking up some of the popcorn. And my favorite is their I don't know if they call it their Chicago mix, but it is caramel corn and cheddar corn, and eating them together, that mix of salty sweet, so good. Oh, Nancy, that's a good idea. She said she saw a short video on YouTube where someone said to huff as you're removing something, like tearing that adhesive off so it doesn't rip the product as much. That's a great idea. It introduces some moisture and some heat to sort of release that adhesive. I find that sometimes it's just a matter of the right tension. And so like a combination of a gentle pull and sometimes even a twisting is good. Tanya says Garrett's is her favorite. Have you ever had Nuts on Clark though, Tanya? Because I challenge you to try Nuts on Clark and do a comparison next time you're up there. Kettle corn is so good too. Connie, our local orchard has, you know, a whole bunch of stuff like in the fall months, and so they have someone making kettle corn fresh. Oh, so good, so good. That makes me think of Curtis Orchard. Okay, so this is going to attach. It's kind of weird because it does stick over the edge a little bit. So I almost feel like our best bet is to glue this down first. Well, yeah, I feel like I want to glue that down in the center, but I also need to make sure that it closes okay. I should have watched Robyn's video. I just looked at her measurements. I should have watched her video to kind of see the order in which she did this, because again, I haven't tried this. This is my first go of this card. I'm never gonna learn. Also, I will say that when I put this card together, I realized it did have a gap here. Robyn's did too. I'm not really sure. I tried to play around with the measurements to not get a gap, and I couldn't really adjust it. So I guess maybe you could try like a 1/16 of an inch. I don't know. I don't mind it, and I'm just gonna go with it. So if you don't like that little gap, then you may want to adjust the measurements before you get started. It's not like the gap that we had yesterday that we're not going to talk about. Okay. Is that straight? Like, I just went for it. I just tried to put that in the middle and then checking before I really give it a good, it's definitely going there rub. And then for our sides, I'm going to put the adhesive down. Let's see here. I'm going to put the adhesive down here, but not yet am I going to adhere it and keep that up. But I was just using that as a guide to where it needed to go. And then as this closes, fold that back and then put this down here. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Maybe I cut that long enough. So I'm just going to use that as a guide to know where to put the adhesive. And then this needs to close up and fold over so that it is adhered to the right end, because it does hang over the edges there. No one's butter, no one's butter than you. Okay, so we've got our card base done, and if you are not loving the popcorn, then that's what you're going to do, and you're just going to decorate it as you want. But we are going to add some little popcorn guys to this card. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to stamp our popcorn guy. And though I've not actually tried this, I've seen so many people try to get the yellow at the top and the red at the bottom with the markers, and it just never seems to turn out just right. And so I think what I will do is what I've seen everybody else do, and that is just to stamp it twice. So I'm actually going to stamp just part of it with the yellow, and then I'm going to clean it. I'm using crushed curry, by the way. Oh, okay, that just took a dive. It just took a dive on my desk. And then the other color is Poppy Parade, but I feel like I have issues with my Poppy Parade. Let's take a look at it. I don't know, let's try it. Sometimes I use Real Red instead of Poppy Parade because I get a better color. Oh my God, that's brilliant. That's perfect. Maybe I just re-inked it since I thought about it last. So Poppy Parade for the base of it, and then we are going to use our die to die cut. Okay, so we're going to use the dies a lot today to die cut the popcorn kernels, to die cut the glasses. Oh, I gotta do one at a time. Let's bring Lucy in. Lucy is my little die cutting machine. And I think at the same time, I'm gonna send through the black with the glasses and the shoes. I apologize in advance for the earthquake. My camera stand is, it just sits on my desk. And so when the desk shakes, the camera does too. I'll try to minimize the shaking, as I know that can be not fun to watch. We are going to use the same die to die cut the popcorn. And then while we are in here, we can die cut at the same time some of our popcorn kernels. And that goes the other one. Since I need 8 popcorn kernels, that's going to be 3, 2 each of the 3, and then 2 more extra ones. So got a whole sheet here. And I apologize for not doing this ahead of time. As usual, I decided at the last minute what I was going to show you. And I didn't prep very well. That is so true. I was just looking back at your comments, and the ink pad incident, definitely better that it fell open-faced on the desktop and not on the project. There is nothing more devastating than finishing a card and then getting ink on it. Oh my gosh. So as I mentioned earlier, these dies, the outlines, die cut the stamp image. And then the you can add the detail in the middle if you want. You could even add the detail onto the stamped image, I suppose. I'm not sure how that would look. I think we got everything die cut. Let's sort. Got our popcorn. Kernels. There should be 6 of them. Nope, 8 of them. 4. Did I miscalculate? No, we're just missing one. I know that I cut 3 and 3 is 6 and 2 more is 8. Okay. Right? I'm mathing right. Aren't I? Shoe, shoe, glasses. Are you guys seeing kernels that I'm not seeing? Or am I just miscounting kernels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check inside the dies. Nope. Check on the die cutting machine. Sometimes they stick to the cutting plate. On the back of the cutting pad. Okay. Let's put our dies away. So the dies include These dies are really fun. Like, I never would have thought about popcorn dies, but we have the 3 popcorns. We've got the little guy. We've got the glasses, the shoes, and then this is like a little film strip, right? Because when do you mostly eat popcorn? When you're watching movies. So I'm also late in Dad's little gift. I'm going to give him a gift certificate to the local movie theater that they love, because I just thought that that was on theme for our popcorn card. Okay, we are using our sponge dauber and some of the crushed curry ink to just kind of give a little color to the bottom of the kernel. I really love how Cindy just kind of did the bottom of the kernels on her card, so that's what I'm going for. Just like a little bit of color down here with the sponge dauber. And that's what's perfect about the sponge dauber, is you can do it to add just a little bit of ink. You can do more of like the edges like this if you want. I think I do like that dark edge. So I'm going to do a dark edge at the bottom and then a little more around the edges. So I know some of you just got some in your 12 Days of Christmas kit, but for those of you that didn't, do you have sponge daubers at home? And what is your favorite technique to do with the sponge daubers? Leave a comment and let us know. Help inspire us. I am kind of excited to give Dad the card in person and to see to see his reaction to it. That's one thing about sending cards, is you don't get to see the joy that that people experience when they open your card. So delivering in person definitely gives me that little advantage. I already told him sort of like, not my idea for the card, but the stamp set that I was going to use. And so I told him the card is coming, so he's very forgiving. And he says it'll be great whenever you get it done, so I think he's gonna love it. Okay, we got all our little popcorn pieces done. So cute. Butter on the top of the kernels. Yep, you're probably right. I should have done it the other way around. Maybe I just turned them around. Creative license. That's what I'm that's what I'm calling it. It's creative license. Okay. I do want to stamp. I want to stamp some kernels, and maybe maybe the 4 just go here, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay. So I'll need to stamp a couple more kernels for the inside. 8 grandkids on the front, 4 kids on the other side. Here's, oh, what, did I do that? There's a little bit of like red transfer there. I don't think that was me though, so that's good. I'm going to cut around the edge and layer the yellow popcorn onto the red popcorn bucket. And then we get that nice color in there. Yeah, we used to have some stamping sponges. Nancy's saying that she had a bunch of sponges from before. And I mean, if I can have a moment to be real with you, sponge daubers are not specifically a Stampin' Up thing. So you will probably find fingertip sponge daubers in many places. And so while of course I want you to buy them from me, if you find sponge daubers elsewhere, it's probably exactly the same quality and the same kind of thing. So if your Stampin' Up dollars are limited, I would say save them for something that is exclusive to Stampin' Up, like our amazing ink or the markers, the designer paper, the cardstock, the stamps. I realize sometimes you've got to, you know, budget yourself and choose wisely. So just a little note, if you don't have sponge daubers, you can find them elsewhere. Oh my gosh, these glasses are so cute. So my dad always had really fantastic vision, and I remember one time I came home from college and he was sitting on the couch and I was like, what is this? He was wearing reading glasses, because that's what happens when you get old. Even if you never needed glasses, sometimes you end up needing glasses. And so he has computer glasses and reading glasses, and so he doesn't always wear glasses, but I just think the glasses are really cute. So our popcorn guy is gonna get them. But this is not the lid. That's the lid. All right, so on the front of our card, we have our super cute Pop-Pop, and he's going to go over here on some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I want to incorporate the words Pop-Pop, and so we're going to have to figure out where we want that to go. On Robyn's card, which I am casing like 100%, she did not have any words on the front. She didn't have any front greeting, so we'll just find a place to put Pop-Pop. It's so cute. Oh, I just love this so much. And then we are gonna put 4 popcorn kernels on each side. I think I'm just going to use like some regular adhesive to put those down. I realize, you know, we always talk about like odd numbers and stuff, but when you're personalizing things, you know, it doesn't matter what the rule of thirds is. Just do what you need to do to personalize your project. Rules, schmules. Okay, there are 3 different types of popcorn kernels, and so I'm going to try to like mix them up and not have, you know, the same one like right next to each other. Missed one. And Pop-Pop, we have the word pop from the stamp set. So I'm just going to cut. Just cutting really close, kind of eyeballing it. They may not be perfectly straight, but that's okay. Do you think right there, kind of sticking out? I think that might be a good place for it. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. There's no one butter. I can't not laugh. There's no one better than you. Let's do, there are 3 stamp images. Where did our stamp set go? Stamp set. Okay. Is it right in front of me? There's that one. Yeah, right here. Okay. 3 images. This one looks a little surprised, but it does fit one of the dies. I think I'll make sure to use him too. I already have 2 that are die cut, and so I'm going to just do 2 more. Of the other kind. So adorable. And getting the dies back out. That would be this one. And oh no, that's the same guy I already did. Oops. That wasn't very dark. This one and that one. Sorry, you get the long card today. Another one. I am so happy to check this card off my list. It has been sort of looming. I keep meaning to do it and I keep putting it off. Part of it is because I just wanted to really make something that was super special, and I just wasn't sure exactly what that special card would look like. Do you guys put off your paper crafting sometimes? I'm just a procrastinator in general when it comes to some things. Like I just put it off, things that stress me out. Stamping shouldn't be stressful, but you know, I mean, sometimes if you want something to be just so special and just so right, you can spend way too much time on Pinterest and not enough time in the stamp room creating. So try not to fall into that trap. Like, just do it. That would be my advice. Just do it. All right, should we put all 4 over here? Should we have 1 over there? And then I think I kind of like that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I had doubles of this one, so he's gonna go over there. And if this was flat, I would stamp the thing, like, I would stamp the thing on it so that you could have the extra lines, but that's not happening. Okay, yay! I really love the way this turned out. Pop, pop. No one's better than you. Not happy Valentine's Day. Happy Father's Day. So my last question is, do you think it needs embellishments on the front? I don't know what I would do. Like, we don't have any popcorn embellishments. I could add some dots. I don't know if I have any like Poppy Parade dots. I feel like I might add some of those. I'm wanting just to adjust these so that they're not so like linear. I and just to create a little bit of movement here by having some of them be a little closer together. There. I know it's like so subtle, but I'm doing it. No embellishment. Oh, Cheryl says anything clear that looks like salt. Shell says she doesn't think it needs any embellishment since there's a lot going on already. And Lori and Connie are agreeing no embellishments. There is a lot going on, and you could argue that like the popcorn is embellishments, or you know, some of the things that are on there already act as that embellishment. I'm so happy with this card. I think it is just so much fun. Embossed dots on the popcorn. I'll have to look through my stash and see. I'd like to kind of bring in some of the red. And so I sort of created those spaces where you could add some dots. So my thought is like if I can find something red, and I think I have some iridescent discs that were part of like a Christmas suite that are retired. I think they're in my box downstairs, and I think they're Poppy Parade. So I think I might try to add like one there, and one here. So I kind of created that space in the popcorn for the embellishments to go. Thank you for hanging in there. If you enjoyed this card fold, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future 12 days of Christmas videos. Today was only day 5, so we have 7 more days to go, 7 more projects to share. A big shout out to Robyn Rasset again for her inspiration. I copied her card exactly with that one minor tweak to the measurements, making it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to link up to her blog post. Go click over there, give her a shout out, let her know that you enjoyed this idea, and send her some love. Thank you so much. I love all of you. Thank you for being here and having some fun with me today. I feel like I was a little slap happy and just enjoying the stamping. Like this was one of those cards that definitely was just like a fun to make, like just for me card. Even though I got to share it with all of you, it was still just a card for for someone special on my end. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. It is July 30th, and at 1 o'clock I am going to share another 12 days of Christmas video. We have a fun gift. It's kind of on the large side, so I can't wait to share that with you. I'm going to leave you in suspense until tomorrow, so tune in at 1 o'clock for that. And then Thursday night Stamp Therapy, I will be revealing the July project kit featuring the celebratory sip suite, but we're not going to make the cards on Thursday night. We are going to make some other cards. I'm just going to show you those cards, and then we're going to do a stamp along in August to make those cards. So if you want to get that July bonus project kit for free and get it before the class, then make sure that you order from my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. That's where you're going to find the Floral Delight paper, the Poppin By bundle with the popcorn, the sponge daubers if you don't have them already, or any of your other paper crafting needs. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.